being towed by the IRS as he can't pay his taxes, with sources claiming he has debts of over $20 million. Paying this back now seems pretty unlikely, as 6ix9ine's recent album was such a massive flop, most people don't even know that he released something new. Compare this to 2017, when 6ix9ine was undefeated. Everything he released became an instant hit, and no one can deny it. His unique style of music was pulling hundreds of millions of views, leading to a self-reported massive record deal, with 6ix9ine stating, "Right now I'm signing my life away to Illuminati for $7.5 million. Life is awesome." Only 4 months later, he'd land a headphone deal worth $4.9 million, and was paid a six-figure sum just to feature Fashion Nova in one of his music videos. Well before this, 6ix9ine was already bragging, "I made $1 million this year and I bought a fake Rolex with it." Then only a year later, he was donating the same amount.
Since the last time I've been here, I donated close to $1 million just to community. Not to no foundation, just going on the street and giving out money.
He'd post multiple videos showing massive stacks of cash.
Does money dictate everything?
He deserved not to be broke for shit
his
like that. How many niggas run around giving their bank accounts away?
By dropping a further $100,000 on personal
especially to
security
like
for a
people like
10-day
us.
LA trip.
Who like, bro, all I need is
signed
10,
yet
all I
another
need is 5,
multi-million-dollar
and I'm out the way
publishing
with
deal,
it.
showing that the money was coming from his
like
music. 6ix9ine's first album, Dummy Boy, sold over 1 million units, meaning it likely made over $10 million. However, he'd foolishly used the entire album to rap about committing crimes. For example, on Cuda, he'd proudly proclaim, "All my people really gangbang, talk that damn slang. Rap about it, do the same thing, let your nuts hang. We post up, we don't do the race, you gon' die today." Similarly, on Billy, he'd add, "Get the F up out my effing face before I murder you. Whole squad full of killers, I'm a killer too. Send shots. Everybody get popped.
Send a shots. Everything I was rapping about was really happening."
Which certainly didn't help Tekashi's next chapter. 6ix9ine rapper faces prison and sex offender registry. The article explained that 6ix9ine originally pleaded guilty in October 2015 to using a child in a sexual performance when he was 18. In a video posted online, a 13-year-old girl was seen engaging in oral intercourse while Tekashi stood behind her. The hip-hop star has since been arrested twice for allegedly choking a 16-year-old in a shopping center in Houston earlier this year. In May, he was also arrested for driving without a license, assaulting a police officer and obstructing governmental administration. 6ix9ine wasn't given leniency as he was using social media to promote a culture of violence and glorify gang activity, but while he did pay his bond of $155,000, the problems didn't end there. After finally closing the book on his 2015 child sex case, 6ix9ine and his associates went to Felipe Chow to celebrate the legal win with a lavish dinner. Things got ugly when the crew was denied entry into the restaurant as a brawl took place and gunshots rang off. A pair of 6ix9ine's entourage members and his manager are arrested for their involvement. One of the security guards working at the restaurant is reportedly hit over the head with a chair. Throw in some robberies plus multiple shooting incidents, and 6ix9ine was facing a minimum of 47 years in prison.
I got federal agents sitting in front of my house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. One thing I fear in life, no, 2 things. I fear God and I fear the FBI. Only 2 things I'm scared in life.
He'd infamously testify against 12 co-defendants.
"I don't give a fuck if I'm held accountable for what I did. Yes, I snitched and I did it proudly."
Which reduced his sentence to just 2 years, although it also completely destroyed his credibility. 6ix9ine snitching became a whole meme format, with people joking, 6ix9ine, I ain't no snitch, judge 47 years. 6ix9ine, ever noticed Dwayne Johnson looks like The Rock? Implying he'd say anything to get a lighter sentence. He was therefore also memed as a Karen, whilst others joked, imagine spending 7 years in college to become a lawyer, and your client shows up to court like this. The legal process also cost 6ix9ine a fortune.
How much money have you spent on legal fees? Too much, right?
Yeah, like $500,000.
That's what I'm saying.
But being sent off to prison only made him more popular. He signed a $10 million record deal whilst behind bars, and after being released only 6 months later, 6ix9ine claimed on Instagram, "I got out of jail $20 million richer."
Birthday home,
After snitching.
This was
How is
supported
you
by a
the
range
king
of
of
extravagant
New York?
purchases,
You just
with
say
TMZ
anything.
reporting he'd bought a fleet of
How?
luxury vehicles that includes an Aventador, McLaren Rolls-Royce, Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, and a Range Rover.
All 4 cars, Lamborghini Aventador, Wraith, McLaren, G-Wagon, all mine, all bought up.
Takashi's getting iced out too. We're told he splurged on 4 timepieces, including a Richard Mille watch, and dropped another $300,000 on a chain shaped like a shark.
This is a $500,000, $500,000. Look at the diamonds in them teeth. And nobody got this watch. If you don't got this watch right here, you a little boy to me. I'll kiss you on your forehead. You a little boy. Sit down. King's home. It's over.
He
then
thinks
purchased
material
this insane
makes him
piece of
like
jewelry,
it
rating on
validates
Instagram
him.
$1
It don't,
million
bro.
on a chain.
It
Best
don't.
chain in the game.
If you got
My
something
chain
that
costs
another
more than
man
your
made,
whole chain piece
to
and
me, you
watch.
can't
LeMayo,
never
you
get
know who
validated
run
for
the
that.
city. In a different post, he bragged 15,000 sold out show Istanbul, Turkey. 500,000
This nigga's built
for
like a
40
little
minutes.
kid. I ain't trying to be
His
funny
earnings
on
in
that, but it's
videos
like he
such
never
as
worked
this
out a day in his
one.
Got
life.
1 house right here, 2 houses right
Then
here,
he said
3
shit like
houses
that.
right here, 4 houses right here, 5 houses right here, maybe 2 houses right there.
I fuck with it though.
Spending
It's tough. Yeah,
50,000
yeah.
of
It's
it
tough.
at the Gucci store
But you
in
know.
under 10 minutes. He then vowed every
I bet
week
you he
he'll
couldn't
try to give
enjoy
at
it
least
like how you wanted to
50,000 away to
because
someone random
nobody
from people
fucked
in
with you.
need, all the while his
So it's like
music
none of that
was
shit
still
even mattered
performing
for
well. His song Goober, released a month after his last day in jail, gained 45 million views in its first 24 hours. This made it the biggest 24-hour debut for a hip-hop video in YouTube history,
This man just said
after which
45
6ix9ine
million.
also broke the
That's
record
correct.
for the most viewers ever in an Instagram live. Everyone, he's
What?
gonna be irrelevant when he comes out of jail. 6ix9ine, #1 on Apple Music and breaking records. Who y'all think is the king of New York? 1 month later, he'd put out Trolls, which again gained 45 million views in only 24 hours, debuting at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. 6ix9ine celebrated his post-prison success. However, as it turns out, this would be his peak. Goober and
Legend.
Trolls became part of the album Tattletales, which didn't perform so well. Despite the noise, 6ix9ine's Tattletales album headed for underwhelming chart debut. It sold just 55,000 album units, making it his worst performing project ever.
believe
One
it.
of 6ix9ine's rivals,
Who about to
Trippie
listen to
Redd,
that?
laughed at the album's poor
Tattletales.
performance, which was especially embarrassing as 6ix9ine previously said this.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
The number of listeners per song wasn't lying either,
Facts.
with Joe Budden calling the album a likely financial disaster. He'd state that projections are lower than what it would take for an artist who travels with 9 and 10 security guards everywhere he
Hey, bro.
goes. That's the part that the public never really deciphers. It's not who flopped and who didn't. It's what comes in versus what's spent. And this kid, it takes a lot for him to move around. Anthony Fantano gave the album a 3, but more notably stated,
From here, I'm not really seeing an increase in quality because I think 6ix9ine is just diving even deeper into using social media and antics and drama and clout chasing as a crutch to supplement his career.
which turned out to be correct.
No, listen.
Rather than focusing on making incredible music, 6ix9ine seemed more concerned with social media fame. He began spending time with Steve
built
Lewis,
funny
who
as
gave
hell,
6ix9ine
yo.
the chance to make some extra
Y'all let
money.
me know if y'all want me to
Steve
react to that
Grumble
video,
to get him
though.
a streaming
I'm gonna
deal,
react to that
which paid
video,
6ix9ine
'cause I ain't
$2
seen
million
it,
just to stream for an hour per week. However, if 6ix9ine didn't fulfill the contract, Steve would have to pay Rumble the $2 million himself. Well, 6ix9ine took the money, then went live on Rumble only 4 times before quitting.
I got him a deal, right, to play video games once a week for an hour, $2 million up front. Just doesn't do it.
Steve further revealed,
He had no money at the time, and he needed money to buy Birkin bags for all his flat chicks. To way money to make his girlfriend jealous. That's literally like the factual story.
explaining
Literally.
6ix9ine lied just to get the money.
He was ready
He
to
told the
spend a
company, I
Birkin.
need $2 million up front so I can buy content. Fascinating.
Essentially having
Yeah.
been scammed out of $2
And
million,
he gave all his money to
Steve
females,
exposed
you know.
6ix9ine further,
Simp.
showing he hadn't been supporting his daughter.
I said, how much money has he given to his daughter for 5 years? He said 20,000, right?
That's $4,000 a year.
4,000 a year, right? I've seen him get paid like over $10 million in 1 year.
Steve then disclosed on a
He's a piece of
podcast
shit.
that in addition to the $2
But why
million he
keep
was owed,
pushing it?
6ix9ine also
Oh,
owed
if I
$10
enjoy the
million
content,
to
I'll
the
leave a like. I'd
IRS,
appreciate it.
$9.8 million to a
I'm going
stripper
through
he
it
hit
right
with a
now.
bottle, $600,000 on a house lien, and $60,000 to a home builder. Steve will do it concluded, dude, he's such a broke loser. Literally such a broke loser. And he's just a nasty person in general. In addition to his previous debts, 6ix9ine was ordered to pay $1 million in robbery restitution, although he'd respond by stating, I ain't got it right now. When the judge then referenced this video, 6ix9ine admitted that was prop money. I ain't got it. I'm an entertainer and obviously we talking about it, so I did a pretty good job at entertaining people. You know how you have a degree in law? I have a degree in entertainment. But it seems the lawyers representing him weren't getting paid either, especially after his ex-girlfriend also sued him for $1 million, claiming 6ix9ine posted revenge porn of her online and physically and emotionally abused her. However, 6ix9ine
that's
couldn't
crazy.
even afford his credit card bill, let alone his taxes, leading the IRS to shop at his house and seize some of his cars. Clearly in
You know what? He
financial
not
strife,
tripping. Ain't that the
6ix9ine made
same
another
bit?
album,
Ain't that the same
although if
female
you
who
don't
gave it up
remember
to
any
little
hype
shawty
around
now?
it,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
because
posting
there
that shit. I
simply
did.
wasn't any. Whilst
What's
his
wrong with
two
y'all?
previous projects had some commercial success, Leyenda Viva
I ain't
didn't
agree
chart
to
in
that shit.
country. On Rate My Music, it scored lower than 1 out of 5 stars, and with only a couple million listens per song, it's no surprise people have called it one of the most boring albums I've ever listened to. 6 months later, he put out Blackballed, which seems to have performed even worse, excluding one hit single with Kodak Black. Seemingly out of pure desperation, 6ix9ine promoted crypto.
I just released the dummy coin for the first 2,000 holders who buy into the dummy coin.
He gonna
You will
steal
be
money.
selected to do a meet and greet here in Romania.
After which he was actually offered a lifeline. Tekashi 6ix9ine. I signed a new record deal for $6 million plus. It explained Tekashi is being paid $1 million for the album, which will feature 10 songs, and he's gonna make $250,000 for every concert of an upcoming tour. This all adds up to
Well,
Tekashi
that's
potentially
easy money
pocketing
on my
over
mama.
$6 million,
Nigga
all
can
held
just
under
get to
one
that
main
stage,
condition:
you know, it's
he
easy
doesn't
money.
get arrested. Well, just 1 month ago, 6ix9ine again went back to jail for violating parole terms on his initial main prison stint. In the process, he tested positive for meth twice, so despite being released after 45 days, it seems
Yeah,
6ix9ine's
shit.
life-saving record deal